Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How we doing today? Oh, whoa, my mic is extremely loud. Good morning, boss man. How we doing? Good morning, Prodigy. Where's this thing at? Good morning, John. Oh, wow. I think my mic might have been muted. Yes, sir. How we doing, Arim? There should be some sound. There's definitely a sound. I see my mic moving. Mm, 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 mm. Doing great, boss man. And yes, sir. Let me know if 11 o'clock works for you. Does 11 o'clock work for you and Raza Rim? So pretty much this 5 minute fair value gap. I think my mic was muted when I went through this. This 5 minute fair value gap right here, pretty much out the gate's gonna tell us everything. We do have a volume imbalance on like the 10-second chart, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get this retest. It's pretty much back at 20,045. Um, so pretty much if we can close back over that 5 minute equilibrium block, If we can get the close over the 5-minute equilibrium block, then very likely we shift back bullish and come take out the relative equal highs. If not, we come back into this 4-hour fair value gap range and then potentially even push down into the sell side here. I do believe this will be protected lows off this fair value gap, to be honest. It's almost basically relative equal lows down here too. Yeah, we got relative equal lows and relative equal highs. With that being said, no real bias. Levels. Posting the levels now in the community. Perfect. Get some music going. All right, cool. Market is open here in the next 5 minutes. Morning, Shahani. Did I say your name right? Put the figures in your business. Out of real. Pop a cash at the dealership. Another pink slip. Was recently shown your equilibrium block concepts. Solid, brother. You just got to execute on them. I can still strike. I can chill, yeah. These are the current two drawing liquidities. Really just want to be patient here. Long E. She honey. Got it, brother. So let's see if we can mitigate this 5-minute volume imbalance. Currently respecting this fair value gap back in discount range. Ideally want to see like an hourly flip bullish, to be honest, but even by then we're literally going to be like 5 points away from taking our buy side liquidity. At this very given point in time, hourly is currently bearish. No change. We got a 1-minute change state delivery. It is literally just only a 1 minute, so keep that in mind. Ideally, I'd want to see the mitigation of this fair value gap over 20,036 here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going up to that volume imbalance at 45 here. What is this? We're currently at 30. If we mitigate this volume balance, we're going to see more expansion back to the downside here. 2 minutes left in this 5-minute candle. 2 minutes till market open. Well, we're getting the volatility now before market open. I like it. Quad witching today. Ah, damn. All right, well, we got to find a very clean A plus setup, 930 out the gate, and that's probably going to be the only setup we get, to be honest. If that is the case, yeah, there is quad witching. I just remembered futures contracts just rolled over. Appreciate the heads up, Adam. See if we can get this expansion into this fair value gap range, mitigate this fair value gap, mitigate the 1 minute FVG. Let's see if we get this expansion here. We just need to close over this damn volume imbalance. So far, 1 minute supporting nothing but bullish price action. Minute to market open here. See, do we want to blast off here or not? 5 second looks like it wants it, but we'll see. And we just pushed into that 10-second volume imbalance. Pretty much I just talked about that 45 level. All right, we need to see this 5 minute form, this IFEG here. We formed this. We're going to take out the highs. Pretty much what we just talked about. We're back at midnight open. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. We'll enter off this 5 minute order block here. If we can mitigate this volume imbalance also with this equilibrium block. Uh, 1 minute still supporting nothing but bullish price action. Honestly, I feel like we're gonna get this hourly flip. Kind of want to take a slight long here. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? I like a long back at 42. I want to see a pullback to 42 here. We're likely going to keep expanding here. We're about to form this IFBG. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Almost said I love it, but told her anything. Yeah, we're going to keep expanding here. We're getting the 5 minute IFBG here. I just want to see a slight pullback, some crazy wick down. We're going to take out the relative equal highs without us. All right, so we took out the relative equal highs. Pretty much at this point, we need to see a body close back over the fair value gap here. At this point, we'll pretty much get another A plus setup if we get the pullback down to this range. But we have to close over this fair value gap. But we did just take out the relative equal highs, so we high key did just take out liquidity already. No worries, bro. Thanks for your video on Equilibrium Block. You're very welcome, boss man. I'm glad they helped. That's what helped me the most, to be honest. Still struggling to displace above these highs. Keep it 100 now, girls. Out of my ass, I'm gonna spend some time. Be talking to the end of time. Let me see the 30-second chart. Where we at? Where we at? We might have an entry here on the 30-second chart. All right, I'm going long off this 30-second IFVG here. Let's see if we can get the pullback to 47. We're about to form this fair value gap here. Want to see this pullback back into this fair value gap. We just retook out the highs just now. 30 seconds just formed a order block here. Still kind of supporting bullish price action. One along at 53. I got a long at 53. Where's this? Yeah, it lines up with that 1 minute for value gap range. We should flip this hourly candle back green and displace above the relative equal highs here. Is on the roster. Got a 16-point stop. Where's the next buy side? We can easily expand back into this fair value gap range back up here, back at 93. Oh, come on, pull back just a little bit more for us. Oh, don't do this, thank you. Absolutely want to see this retest of this fair value gap here. It's above a 2 to 1. Minute left here. Looking to target this hourly imbalance back up here. We should get a displacement leg back down here in a second. Now let's see if there's divergence between ES and NQ. Oh yeah, NQ is the only thing that's bullish. ES is still severely bearish at this very given point in time. Body close over this 5-minute equilibrium block. We're gonna see the change state delivery right here. We were kind of already got the change state delivery by that 5-minute IFPG that just formed. I just want to see the pullback into that 1 minute. The 1 minute fair value gap that also lines up with the 5-minute IFPG as well. All right, we're filled on some longs here. Pretty much this 5-minute fair value gap has to hold up here. Like we're gonna come back down to this volume balance potentially. If we come retest the volume balance at 46, I'll add there. Two-minute did just form an order block, so keep that in mind. However, the 5-minute still respecting its fair value gap. I just don't like the fact is that we failed to displace. We potentially can easily get this pullback down to the 5-minute order block. Money to Sunday. Three minutes left in this 5-minute candle. Back at break even here. Where's the buy side? 92. And this is classic quad witching price action so far. And I don't think we have any data whatsoever. Good morning, JJ. How you doing, brother? Yep, that's why I'm trading futures only. I would not touch options whatsoever. Options only. Currently, we're up 500 here, 400. It's only two contracts. Hey, we just need to put this hourly back green. Flip the hourly back green, and we're gone. Need to see it close back over 68 here. We just got the change of state delivery only in a 30-second chart. It's a nasty 1 minute close. Back at break even again. We need to see a close over 58. Close over 58, I'll add. There's a 30-second volume imbalance in that range. And this 5 minute absolutely cannot create that IFVG here that it's trying to. Back to the downside. Based on this current 1 minute, we pretty much need to see a close back over midnight open here. Otherwise, we're going to go down to the relative equal lows and we'll just flip our position short if that does happen. It's 100 bands in the safe. Now I got a different taste. I ain't stopping until we get into the top. Back up 400 here. This price action is literally disgusting. We rejected that volume imbalance on the 30-second back at 58. We absolutely need to close over 58. I see this equilibrium block, how it's holding. What liquidity does ES want to take out? We just need ES to join the party. If ES can join the party, we're going to get that blast off here. Need to see that close over 58 here. Absolutely. No ifs, ands, or buts. We keep rejecting 58. Exactly. Currently down 200 here. 160. Down 400. Back at this order block. If we close below this equilibrium block, I'm going to get stopped out here. Moving stops at 30. Only reason why I moved up my stops is price action is not respecting. It's just not moving clean right now. Back up 400. 700. We need to get this closed over this 58 level. Come on, NQ. You got it, NQ. You got it. We're up a band here. Give us the market structure shift there. Ideally, we need to see this 1 minute create this fair value gap. And also need to see the 2 minute offer a change of state delivery here. If we can get this close over midnight open, pretty much that 58 level, end up adding. Literally about to be back at break even here. Probably should have took my 1,000 and walked with this nasty price action. Only way this works out is if we close over that volume imbalance on a 5 minute. That 58 level is acting as a very strong form of resistance here. Still respecting this fair value gap here. Likely about to get stopped out here. What's ES doing? ES mitigated that volume imbalance. Still holding up the order block. And just got stopped out. Yeah, I should have took my 1,000 there. And not even necessarily being undisciplined, but we're just quad witching. This price action is quite disgusting. Based on the hourly, took the relative equal highs, failed to display, still holding up the hourly volume imbalance. I'll try this if we get the change state delivery here in the 2-minute time frame. When is the next hourly open? Next hourly opens 5 minutes. We should see some expansion then. Well, we're still rejecting this 2-minute equilibrium block here. We're still respecting a 5-minute order block. Just kind of stuck range bound. This is kind of where this 30-second might start to shine here. Based on 30-second chart, we're coming down to 22 here. What was that? These like 5-minute relative equal lows here. And if we displace past the relative equal lows, well, we're going to go a lot more downside. See a lot more downside. So far, still just chop. Need to wait for at least a change of state delivery here. So far, price action is respecting nothing but bearish price action. Where's his relative equal lows? Back at 965. We just took at that 21 level here. See if we can displace past those lows. We can just enter off this breaker here. Take this down to the lows here, pretty much at 81. Just actually need to wait for the close here. Is you mad? Because I'm getting cash at my place. And there comes the relative equal lows. I got paper and power. Yeah, if we were going to see those highs taken, we would have pretty much closed back over that volume balance once we tested it. The fact is we pushed all the way up here and never got the body close. It's signaling why we're going to come take out low of the day here, then come down to the relative equal lows. I just want to see a pullback into this fair value gap range here, or this breaker that's about to form here in the next 1 minute, and just take the short. Because I'm getting cash at my place. We're about to form this. Actually, no, we're not going to form the fair value gap here in the 30-second. That really mad. Enough out. It's from the 30-second order block. 65. Pretty much as long as price stays below 20,000 flat, we're going to see a lot more downside right here. No data today. Nope. Two minutes left for this 5 minutes to close. I ideally want to see a bearish 5 minute for value gap close. Retest the breaker, and we take this back down to the relative equal lows. For risk to reward here. $30 supporting nothing but bullish price action right now. However, it is only a 30-second chart. We did just get the change of state delivery once we got that retest, pretty much at, or the body closed back over 2000, 2001. Hourly is currently respecting what I think the 4 hour. Yeah, we're still respecting this 4 hour fair value gap range. So 1 minute done. 1 minute, we flip back bearish once we close below this equilibrium block. Until that happens, we're likely going to see some more upside here. Did we close over it? No, we didn't close over it just yet. I'm not shorting anything until I see the change of state delivery here. Back to the downside. Our first sign of a change state delivery will be a close below this fair value gap range. So far, lower time frames are supporting nothing but bullish price action. Hourly is currently bullish as well. Getting the retest of that order block on the 1 minute. Still respecting the 1 minute fair value gap range, also with the hourly trend. Mm. 1 minute, starting to shift bearish again. If we close back over this 1 minute order block here, we shift back bullish on the 1 minute. Yeah, quarter witching is not fun. We're expecting a 5 minute fair value gap. Lower time frame and 5 minute are kind of stuck in indecision. Lower time frame is moving like the hourly. 5 minute kind of stuck in indecision right here. We pretty much have an A plus setup if we can get the change of state delivery here. We need to see the hourly flip back bearish and offer the change of state delivery here on the 1 minute. All right, we got that change of state delivery here. We're going to see the expansion down to the relative equal lows. That's a 30-second done. 30-second, I want to see a fair value gap get created here. It's trying to, just not yet. We invalidated the fair value gap. It's a 2-to-1. It is a 2-to-1. I have a short entry at 98. To target the relative equal lows, pretty much at 65. We took out the relative equal highs. Now we're about to come take out the relative equal lows. We just took out low of the day here. Need to see a body close below low of the day on a 5 minute. Yeah, Bookmap has liquidity at 65 as well. We're going down to 65. Come on. Since from God, they say to me. Just to see that pullback back to that 1 minute. Whatever. What? Bookmap also has liquidity at 2,000 here. Pretty much we just need to break this low here. And as long as we respect that 1 minute and 5 minute fair value gap range, we see more expansion to the downside. 2 minutes for the fair value gap to actually get created. That also lines up with this 2 minute fair value gap range. So as long as we stay below this 2 minute FVG, we see more downside. We already got the liquidity sweep. However, we're failing to displace. Just being patient here. We just took out that liquidity from 2,000 on book maps. All right. Got the recess to the 30-minute IFEG. We should see the expansion down there. We just need to get the body close below low of the day. Three-minute retested this order block here. Retested 3-minute order block, 5-minute order block. Oh, that 10-minute equilibrium block back at 02. That's actually what we just rejected off of. Oh, no, not yet. If this candle does close green, we're going to get the retest of the 10-minute equilibrium block. If the candle closes green on the 5-minute. Actually, let me see how the puts are doing. Let me make sure it's low IV. If it's low IV, we're going to end up taking some QQQ puts. Yes, regular IV. Do we finally take out the relative equal lows? 10 decades later? That liquidity is still just sitting here on book maps. Minute left in this 5-minute. If it closes bearish, we're going to see the expansion down pretty much next 5-minute candle. If it closes green, we're going to get the retest of the 10-minute. Lower time frames are not respecting bearish price action. We're not touching anything. And that's why I love the 5-second chart. By just looking at the 5-second chart, you don't have to force anything. Until I see a strong rejection back down on the 5-second chart, I'm not taking shorts. Buyers are defending the hell out of that 165 level. However, if you're looking at book maps right now, there's a shit ton of orders right down there at 165. Need to see a change in state delivery back bearish. Our first sign of a change in state delivery would be to close below this 2-minute volume imbalance. Or below this 1-minute fair value gap range. One last sweep to go lower? Very likely. We swept lower time frame liquidity, but lower time frames are still supporting nothing but bullish price action. I know at some point we're going to take out that 65. It's just a matter of when. Could we be ready? Close below this 1-minute equilibrium block. I'm shorting it here. We got the liquidity sweep here. We just need to wait for the change state delivery. And this will be an A+ setup if we get it. Oh, 13 seconds left in this 1 minute. To the 1. See if we get the pullback. Starting a short position here on options. Oh, that is calls. That is not puts. That would have been bad. Still waiting. Buyers are still supporting bullish price action at this time. We're still respecting this fair value gap range. Absolutely need to see the change in state delivery with a clear displacement through the range. And ideally don't want to see a body close over 08 on a 10-minute time frame. On up my shawarma. This price action is horrendous. Even on options, this thing looks ugly. Taking a starter here. I'll add once we get the close below the volume imbalance. Just got filled at 1.33 on some 481 puts. Absolutely need to see the close below this volume imbalance here. No ifs, ands, or buts. Looking to target the relative equal lows here. We finally got the change state delivered. We're going to see the expansion down here. No way it was last night. Pretty much once we grab this liquidity at 990 on book maps, I want to see displacement back down. Third time looks like the charm. Lower time frames supporting nothing but bearish price action, but it's still choppy as hell. Ideally want to see this volume balance get created on the 1 minute here. There we go. About time. There we go. Alrighty, looks like we're gonna have to wait another 10-minute candle and probably retest this equilibrium block again. Yeah, quarter wishing is by far the ugliest price action. If we hold up this level, we're going to get the retracement back to this 10-minute fair value gap before displacing back down. It's not a clean day for normal trading, not at all. These are the days where retail concepts outshine ICT concepts, to be honest. If you're just trading support and resistance, you're probably shining right now. We need to close below this volume imbalance here. If we get the close below the volume balance, we go straight to 65 here. We should see the expansion down. Buyers are defending the hell out of this level. My guess is we display straight through it once we break through it, to where we probably dump a substantial amount here. I don't know what next sell side liquidity would be back in this fair value gap range. So pretty much once we can get through this relative equal lows, we're probably going to keep displacing just based on its current price action. Yeah, that's why I don't really enjoy trading Fridays. I try to get a trade 9:30 out the gate. Like one clean setup. And at one point we were up 1,000 on those longs. However, I'm very big on holding to a PT. PT or nothing for me. Another liquidity sweep. This is where the 30-second shines. 30-second just got another change of state delivery. Great strategy. That's just what I've noticed works best. And it keeps you a whole lot more accountable, a whole lot more disciplined. And that's why I really don't care about necessarily being wrong about a trade. Because I know once a trade hits my PT, it's pretty much a big payday. Back at that 1 minute, 1 minute order block. We're going to see the expansion back up to this fair value gap range on a 10 minute. I'll add to puts there. That's pretty much the last line of defense here for sellers. Buyers are defending the hell out of that 65 level. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 'Pretty much if you hold this volume balance with paired with the hourly open, paired with this 1 minute fair value gap, we're gonna see the expansion back up. Where I want to add to puts is pretty much back in this 10-minute fair value gap range. Mm. One minute just offered another change tank delivery bearish. What is this, the fourth attempt? It's only if we close below this order block here and this volume imbalance. Pretty much we'd have to close below 84 here. Didn't sweep 965. Nope. Still just waiting. Yeah, it's like a search and destroy day. Take out the highs. At some point, we're going to take out the lows. But we can easily get the push all the way back up to the highs before taking out the lows. For all you stratters out there, you got your broadening formation here. Pretty much your search and destroy. Expand to the lows, expand to the highs, expand to the lows, expand to the highs. Father. See if we close below this 85 level this time. We should see the expansion down. Some more liquidity just popped up at 75. Where's 75? It's down here at the bottom of that order block. We did respect the bears for value gap, so we'll just have to wait and see now. See any liquidity at 940? Yeah, that lines up with the bottom of this fair value gap. Honestly, if we take out the relative equal lows, I think we keep this placing down. Bars are only holding up that level because they're well aware that once price breaks that level, we're flushing very aggressively too. Back at this 85 level, can we breach it this time? We got a volume balance on a 10-second chart. Back at 88. All right, pulling back into this 1 minute fair value gap. We need to see this get respected here. We got the change of state delivery. Oh, we finally took it out. All right, about time. Holy crap. All right, well, just trimmed for 14%. Just trimmed that 1.5. Not sure if we keep this placing past this level, to be honest. We did just fill liquidity, but we're starting to see that strong reversal on the lower time frames. What's ES doing? ES 5 minutes just pushed us up, respected the 5 minute equilibrium block, also respected the 5 minute fair value gap range. ES should come take out low of the day here. Pretty much at 5,700. We breached those relative equal lows. We're dumping aggressively. Oh, that's ESU. Oops. That makes sense. There's ESZ. All right, so ESZ also offer the change state delivery. Now we want to see if we can get this expansion back down. We're getting to retest right now of the breaker. Pretty much ideally want to see this order block get respected here. And see if we can displace past the lows. Liquidity just moved down on book maps to 19,950. So that is likely where we head down to here in a second, once we can actually displace past the relative equal lows. It's filling some liquidity, but we just need to see if we get the follow through here. Just need to see the full body close below this range, and we should go down to 940 here, or 950. 950, 940. There we go. There we go. About time. Holy. Patience paid today. Alright, just took a trim here at 1.7. We see more downside, a lot more downside here. He just wants to come back down to low of the day as well. Oh, you just now turned from yesterday's close. What expiration did you have? Based on the 5-second chart, looks like we're about to get another leg down. There goes the next leg. Come on. Ideally, just want 100% on these puts. We're back at this 30-minute order block. But we can easily breach straight through this level. This is by far one of the longest trade setups. That's why I don't like trading Fridays. Same way how some people don't like trading Mondays, I don't like trading Fridays. Unless there's data, you're literally going to get price action like this. We got more liquidity at 925 here on Bookmaps, JJ. I do feel like it. ES hasn't taken low of the day yet. We should get another leg down here in a second. Want to see expansion down to 925 here. Might have to pull back into that fair value gap before we see it. Back at 56. If we get the close over 42, we're going to see it retracing back up. Yeah, we're going to see the retracing back up here. We should pull back to this fair value gap range and then get the expansion back down. Now that we're actually getting the displacement. I don't think so, because we just displaced pretty much past the 4 hour fair value gap range. Let me look at the hourly. Oh, I see it. I see it. I mean, it's 2 minutes left to the hourly change. Solid day, man. Solid day. I'll take it. And we're still up 30% here on put, so. Patience paid. Patience paid. Let's see if we get 100% on these puts, and I will call that a day there. I'm not going to lie. This price action is quite ugly. Let's go up 37% on puts. Take us to 25. $30 order block is still holding up at this very given point in time. We got the new hourly here right now. See if we expand back down. It's kind of what it looks like it wants to do. There we go. Come on. Give us 25. Don't stop. Don't stop here. Keep going. We know you want to give it to us. Liquidity's even dropping to 20 here. Once 25 gets taken here, I'll literally just hold on to the last 4 contracts. Go to the 10-minute equilibrium block for 50 points. Let's go, Prodigy. Solid day, boss man. Let's see if this 30-second breaker holds up intact and pushes us down. Liquidity just got moved down to 920 here. Give me 920. Just give me 920. That's it. That's all I want. 920. What are we doing? Yeah, 50%. I'm gonna put in a limit sell at 2.1 on these options. It should give it to us. Oh, that's dirty. That's so dirty. It literally took 1 contract out and I still have 8 more. Ah. I'm really done trading for the day. Solid day. Still up 52%, but we're probably gonna deal with some retracement. Looks like we're consolidating for another leg down, but it's actually crazy because a lot of these 30-second order blocks are actually being respected very well. I might start using the 30-second over the 1 minute. Liquidity just got moved down to 918. However, we do have a lot of liquidity sitting up top at 955. What does that line up with? 950.55. This fair value gap? Yeah, it kind of lines up with this fair value gap range on book maps right now. If buyers do step in exactly at that 915 level, we're probably going to see an expansion back up, back to 955, just based on book maps. Please just fill these last 7 contracts. Literally just need to see one more red candle here. Alright, cool. Lemon fill just got filled. Holding 4 runners left. Solid day, solid day. Hopefully everybody made some money today. And this is quad witching price action for you. That liquidity at that 915 range is still holding up. If we do see a change of state delivery, like on the 1 minute, we're blasting straight to 955. Ah, damn. I probably should have trimmed those damn longs when we were up 1,000. And the only reason why I say that is look at the 10 minute. 10 minute never got that body close over the fair value gap range. But because I was on the 5 minute time frame, it looked like we wanted to actually respect that IFEG. And that's why multi-time frame analysis is so damn important. Anybody have any questions for today? Or any trading questions related? Anything? We can do a quick little session here today before I hop off and go enjoy my weekend. Any trading related questions, risk management, psychology, discipline, anything. We had this fair value gap down here that I might end up holding this last 4 contracts for down to 19,800. Liquidity just got pushed down to 1,900 flat, or 19,900. So about another 17 points down from where we currently are. And there you go. Notice how we're getting the expansion down straight to that level. I'm not gonna lie, 1 minute with book maps is kind of broken. What's the question, boss? When to use SMT, if you do, only use SMT when I'm looking at a daily setup. If I'm looking at a daily setup, like a good example, it was actually a cleaner daily setup when we were back here. All right, so if we come here, the daily setup that I was looking at, if we come here on a daily time frame. All right, so if you look at this right here, right? We pretty much called out this short to take right here. We ended up taking like puts for the end of the week. Notice how we displaced below this range. We ended up entering the puts pretty much right here. And now we're still displacing down. Let's go. I want to hurry up on puts. Almost about to be up 100% here. 93%. Give me my 100%. Give me 100% and I'll trim off 2 more, to be honest. And then leave the last 2 with honestly probably no stop loss and just let it run. Whatever happens, happens. Because the fact is that we're not creating this daily for a value gap range. You see this change of state delivery on the daily time frame? We could literally come all the way back down to 730. Spend them on enjoyment. It's been too all right. My apologies. Look at here. So notice how we got this close below this order block, pretty much forming a breaker here. And now if you come here exactly on ES on the daily time frame, ES ended up closing over this order block. So it made ES look like it was bearish. However, ES was not actually bearish. So notice how ES ended up taking this buy side liquidity up top here and then started to displace a couple of days later. But notice how NQ ended up respecting it the entire time. So in instances like that, that's where I look at SMT. Pretty much only higher time frame setups. No question. Disappointed I didn't take the 935. Which 935? Let's go look for it. I see the 855. Oh, you're talking about right here. Right? Which one? 5 minute. Which one, Prodigy? We had the breaker here. All right, so all of that liquidity has been filled. Liquidity just moved up to 900. Oh my god. Alrighty, I'm about to end up trimming here. See if we get a fill at 3. Don't even why. All right, just got filled at 3 here. Only 2 contracts left as runners. Began by A, make you know the shine by day. I don't want to waste my days. I want to spend them on enjoyment. Let's go. Amazing day. A phenomenal day, actually. Don't want to waste my days. I want to spend them on enjoyment. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, 8:55. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I see that. Honestly, if we were looking at the 10-minute, it would have made more sense. I probably 100% would have closed out of our longs here. Took my $1,000, but discipline got the best of me, I guess. Holding only 2 contracts left. It's either we get 1,000% or it goes to 0%. That's how I'm looking at these last 2 runners. We're up a substantial amount today. What in the hell? Was it 11 o'clock? All right, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am done for the day. Creekside Middle School. Was it? No. The discipline is a motherfucker. I agree. No, there's times to where it's just like, damn, I wish I wasn't disciplined. 100%. But that's NQ for you, to be honest. Like ES is literally the most rigged thing on earth. But NQ will literally screw you over sometimes. NQ is a type of, it just likes to go to buy side and then go 2 points away from taking your buy side and then dropping. And it's like, damn, you were literally basically $400. You were, kind of being greedy on just $400 opposed to, just taking your profits. But it is what it is. That's NQ for you. Non-trading questions. Do you play any video games at all? So, a little bit about my background before I got into trading. I was a professional Fortnite player. Made a substantial amount of money there trading Fortnite, and then kind of stopped playing video games. Every once in a blue moon, I might hop on like Call of Duty. Um, at some point. I do like Call of Duty, so probably will play Black Ops 6 whenever that does fully release. But outside of that, not really. And I would highly suggest if you're not where you want to be just yet in life, you probably got to cut out the video games. That's what I did. Now I'm at a point where it's like I go play video games, I go to the club because it's like, hey, I've done what I had to do to get to where I am today. But when you're in that period of, kind of just grinding, I kind of suggest you kind of cut it out for as long as possible because it is for the most part a distraction. How I see video games in today's time is literally, I just want to waste time at that point. Appreciate you, Mo Money. What games do you play, boss? If you do play any. What about YM? YM, I do not trade. YM respects order blocks substantially. Like if we go look at order blocks or YM right now, you're gonna see pretty much every single order block probably getting respected for the most part on YM. Like look here, notice the 10-minute order block. YM isn't as nasty as NQ is. Like NQ literally tried to shake us out, and then literally the moment that next last 10-minute candle opened that we displaced down from, we pretty much just went straight down. Now, if you look at YM, look at this. It respects it very, very well. A lot better than NQ. Like, the only reason why I trade NQ is because I like challenges, to be honest. I used to trade ES, and then ES got so easy. Like, SPX SPY is literally what made me who I am today. And then when I started trading futures, I was trading ES for the longest. And then I was just like, wow. So I just sat through an hour-long trade to make $1,000 when if I just traded one contract on NQ, you would have made $1,000 in a matter of 2 minutes when NQ has those 50-point drops. So it's like that's kind of why I started trading NQ. But YM, yeah, YM respects a lot of like very retail concepts, to be honest. And then another thing why I don't necessarily like trading YM as well is because if you look at NQ and ES, they move pretty hand in hand. Notice how YM has been at all-time highs for some time now. Like, and then at one point YM was extremely bearish, and then we came back to this 2-week equilibrium block, and notice where we blast off of. Well, this was before the contract change. Thanks for this. I just started trading 10 days ago, and it's been a ride learning so much. You're very welcome, Elsie. The biggest thing is executing now. You can learn all you want, but until you execute, it's not really beneficial. Yep, as a rule I target 50 points in NQ, makes sense. Now that's solid because honestly, what? That's $1,000 for one contract, and then chances are your stop loss is what? Less than 25 points or 25 points where you're always going to take a 2 to 1. Oh, liquidity just got moved down on book maps to 19,850. Alrighty, so whenever we see downside, we're going to take our low of the day. Pretty much 100%. Whenever we see downside. Now that's solid. I like that a lot. Only downside is like when you're copy trading, I just don't like the fact is that Tradeovate doesn't allow you to put in like a what is it, the ATM orders? Preach. I like that quote a lot. Strategy without execution is hallucination. I like that a lot. Now, because I think the biggest thing is a lot of ICT traders, they get caught up on just learning, and learning 1,001 strategies. And then it's like, when are you ever going to execute these? Which broker do I use? I use Thinkorswim, Webull, and Tradeovate. And honestly, going to reset my Webull account today and kind of take a personal challenge for myself. And then also, well, shit. Okay. So next week we are gonna be playing extremely big. I'll be honest. Because I am kind of max allocation here with Top Step, but I do want to go ahead and start a 150K account, or if anything, we could just do Apex. And Apex actually it'll probably be a lot less. So what is that? $50 plus 85 activation fee. Was that 130? So yeah, we're gonna end up starting pretty much a $150 $150 to realistically like 10K using prop firms. Risk management has been my biggest issue, but I think using equilibrium blocks really helps with defining the risk. No, 100%. I think another good aspect is I pretty much rely on waiting for that body close to stop me out of the trade. Um, So it's like, good example. Look at the 10 minute here. We got this push up here. Even if you did put your stop loss realistically at the top of the extremes of the equilibrium block, well, yeah, you never got stopped out. But it's very, very important. You kind of actually wait for the body close because clearly, if we saw the body close over this equilibrium block, we were going to expand back up into this range, 100%. But the fact is that we did it, like where we are now. So it's very, very important you wait for the body close. And if you have a hard time waiting for the body close, size down. Like that's why I don't care to be wrong. I genuinely don't care to be wrong. Because equilibrium blocks pretty much once you get the change of state delivery, even if you are wrong, very likely you get a retest. Even for an example, if we come down to the 5 minute time frame, this isn't necessarily an equilibrium block, this is actually an order block, but notice how we closed below this range. We got the retest of this range here, and what happened after that? Back down we go. So whether it's an equilibrium block or order block, all of them kind of play out exactly the same. And there will be a video out on order blocks going. It really just depends on whenever I get this video back from my editor. Realistically, I want to have a video out every Thursday. You think we can get down to the 2 hour equilibrium block? It's definitely possible. It would pretty much if we're gonna get that, I think we need to see that liquidity sweep. We have a lot of liquidity sitting at that 940, 950 level on book maps. That also lines up pretty much with this 10 minute fair value gap back from up top of this range. So if we are gonna get that, ideally I don't want to see a pullback to the fair value gap, maybe paired with this volume imbalance, and then likely see some more displacement down. So pretty much based on the 5 minute, if this 5 minute fair value gap does hold up, we're gonna see a good bit of retracement here. So far, buyers are stepping in. I told you that's NQ, bro. That's literally just NQ. When I called out the change of state delivery on ES, if you go look at ES here, look how perfect ES is. Like when I say perfect, ES is rigged. If you're new to trading, um, just trade ES. Honestly, like stay away from NQ. Because chances are NQ could literally make you quit trading if you don't have the experience. Just being honest. So look at this. We got the change of state delivery. ES respected it perfectly. We got the expansion down. Got the change of state delivery here, or not even the change of state, but the equilibrium block. ES came up, respected it perfectly. Um, Even kind of similar situation here, except it kind of wanted to retrace back into the fair value gap range. And we started to see the expansion back down, and it even gave you the retest of the same breaker. So even when breakers kind of get disrespected, oftentimes price is going to come back and touch that level. But more times than not, when price does offer this type of price action where it kind of is like shaking out retail traders, um, very likely you're going to get your possibly like probably the best entry you could ask for. You're probably not going to deal with any retracement just because price mitigated it, act like we were going bullish. However, we still had this massive fair value gap range. Then once the following 5 minute candle closed bearish, you're going to get that perfect retest and back down. I can show you an example yesterday at 1 o'clock. Same situation. This was on NQ though. Which just called me. All right. Where is it? 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. What is that? 19. 1 o'clock is 13 o'clock. Yeah. So we come here to the 5 minute here on NQ. 11, 12, 1 o'clock. Here we go. Notice what happens. This is what I consider like a C setup. A C setup, maybe even a D setup. However, it just requires a lot of patience and you really can't like get faked out on this. So pretty much notice how we flipped bullish here, got the change of state delivery, even closed over the fair value gap range. Then we came back down below this range. Then we came back up above this range. And then we came pretty much back to this range again. And you probably wouldn't have dealt with too much drawdown. What is this? Literally 5 points of drawdown, basically. And then we got the massive expansion back up into the -1 standard deviation. That standard deviation came from this manipulation leg. So if you take this manipulation leg down, reverse, bingo. Notice where we got the rejection from. And then we saw the expansion down ever since. And looking at this, wow, price actually respected perfectly the manipulation leg. And I've actually seen this a substantial amount of times too, with it actually using standard deviation. Pretty much when price doesn't actually come up to the -2, -2.5 range, it oftentimes does this type of price action where we respect pretty much the zero line, and then we see the expansion back to the downside. And like retail concepts, I guess you could pretty much call it support, flip resistance, and expansion back down. And you know how we just talked about that 940 level on book maps? Look at where we're going. Remember how we just said if this 5 minute fair value gap holds up, we're going to see a big expansion? Notice what's happening. Trading is really this easy, but you just got to pay attention. And you got to focus on the process, not what you want to happen. I can't stress that enough. Like I got stopped out of longs, being disciplined, and I still didn't care to just flip my position short because I said, hey, price action is starting to respect nothing but bearish price action. And then we took out the relative equal highs, and then now that means it's time to take out the relative equal lows. What are your criterias for an entry? Do you know how they say don't catch a falling knife? What do you think? You wait to see before hopping on, or do you anticipate off a higher time frame equilibrium block? So that's where I like to utilize that 5 second chart. So the reason why I was so damn patient on taking the puts was because if you're looking at the 5 second chart, pretty much once we got here on a 10 minute, on the 10 minute here, once we got this candle, we got that like very strong push up here. Pretty much the 5 second chart was saying, hey, we're not ready just yet. And then even once we continued this next leg up, the 5 second chart said, hey, we're not ready yet. And then pretty much around this range here, that's where the 5 second chart pretty much started to just displace. The 30 second chart was respecting bearish price action. The 1 minute was respecting bearish price action. The 5 minute, everything. Wait, is this live? Oh wow, if you look at the 2 week time frame, this is interesting. We're about to form a bullish order block. when you went long, I was like, I mean, I seen the 5 minute IFEG, and that was the main reason. And I felt like we were probably gonna get the retest again of this fair value gap range before getting this push down. But then obviously me not looking at the 10 minute literally would have told me close the hell out of this trade the moment you see profits. Um, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yes, my issue has not been being patient with the trade and closing the contracts too early out of fear. Only for it to come through in the end. Patience is definitely key. Yeah. The biggest thing is like literally you have to be process based. Just ask yourself. If you're in a trade and you're nervous, ask yourself, hey, has price closed above this 10-minute equilibrium block? Yes or no? The fact is, yes, it might have touched at 25 cents, but that's not enough for me to be honest. I would have needed to see like at least a close above it, like at pretty much like 20,012. Like if we saw that close, oh yeah, I would have stopped out 100%. But the fact is that we didn't see that close. Pretty much that was signaling, hey, we're gonna see more downside. Like the simplest way is just tell yourself, have we closed over this level? Yes or no? If the answer is no, where's your drawn liquidity? Relative equal lows? Okay, we'll hold to the relative equal lows. It's really that simple. Hi Damien. I don't know what happened to the Discord. Finally got back in my email, had switched over to Gmail. I thought you had kicked me out. No, ma'am, I did not kick you out. Where are you? Are you back in the community? Thank you so much for the teaching. I need to run some errands. Hopefully when I get back. Yep. So you should be able to rewatch pretty much once I started, I guess, educating towards the end here. There should be audio. But from pretty much back from the replays of us actually live trading, that's probably gonna be blocked out because I was playing music. I do not trade pre-market. I don't trade pre-market, Globex session, none of that. I am not a fan of it. My win rate is literally like 50% on the dot when I trade pre-market or overnight session to the point to where I just stop. Just doesn't make sense for me. However, I do have a lot of mentees that do trade like pre-market session and they do a pretty good job. The main reason why I don't like pre-market sessions is because I enjoy the volatility. Like volatility scares most traders. I literally cannot trade unless the market's volatile. Like this type of price action, no sir, I'm not trading this. It's not worth it to me. But this price action, this is what I love to see. Yep. The thing is, like, basically, when you trade like Ice T, smart money concepts, you understand you need volatility for the trades to work out. If you don't have volatility, chances are you're gonna get chopped up and screwed over. And we took out that 940 levels, so JJ, we could potentially see that expansion down here that you wanted. Now that we took out that liquidity there on book maps, pretty much that 950 range, back into the 10-minute fair value gap. The only thing is the hourly is currently bullish right now, so we could easily see more upside to come here. It's definitely possible. We would literally have to see the change of state delivery first. And we just got expansion back up to the relative equal highs. Or not relative equal highs, the relative equal lows. Yeah, buyers are here now. I think we have a 30-minute order block, if I'm not mistaken. No, 30-minute fair value gap range. What does that line up with? 20-minute order block. All right, so we got a 20-minute order block here. Pretty much 17 minutes left in this candle. If we are going to see more downside, we'd have to pretty much first and foremost tap 19,991 and then not close over this 20-minute fair value gap. You never take TP early, always stick to a 2-to-1. Yes, sir. I will not take a trade setup if it's not a 2-to-1. So my futures win rate is roughly like 68% on average, like month over month. So with that being said, pretty much as long as I have a 2-to-1, I am more than profitable, substantially profitable. It's discipline or nothing, boss man. Literally, when we took the longs, I was up 1,000, literally up almost like 1,100, 1,200. And I said, nope, I'm not trimming until I go see 20,092. And 20,092 never came. And then we came all the way back down and stopped out. The bright side to it, we were able to pretty much stop out with a fairly tight stop loss, pretty much at that 930 level. Or I said 930, 20,030 level, to where it's like, okay, cool. I don't necessarily have to sit through and see, oh, let's go see if 2,000 or 20,021 is going to hold. Based on this price action, once you understand like smart money concepts and things of that nature, you can easily stop out early just because you're well aware the market's just not respecting buyers. Like bullish price action is not getting respected. So once I saw this 2 minute here, I saw it push above it, didn't close above it. Once this one formed, it was like, yeah, we're 100% getting stopped out. Just no ifs, ands, or buts. So there's no point in really sitting through this and, dealing with this drawdown back down to these lows when clearly price action is not respecting bullish price action. And how I see taking profits early, I see that as being undisciplined. Like I said, I don't believe in that green is green bullshit. That is complete BS. We don't trade to make chump change. Yep, you got to stick to the process. Like trading is genuinely so easy when you are process based. If you're not process based, you're gonna have emotions all over the place and things of that nature. The moment you are literally just focused on the process and nothing else outside of the process, that's why I kind of say to an extent Trading psychology is almost fake if you can stick to the process. Literally. Like, trading psychology doesn't exist if you stick to your strategy. The moment you start swaying around your strategy and things of that nature, that's where trading psychology comes in. But it's like, if you know, hey, here's my entry, here's my PT, here's my stop loss, trading psychology is not a real thing. It's just up to discipline. Like, the only reason why I had to study trading psychology was because my ego never allowed me for the longest time to really have good risk management. So, like, my first year and a half of trading, I kid you not, it was like I would grow my accounts fairly quick. But when I took a loss, I literally had like a 90% win rate, probably even higher than that. And it was just because I was only using trend lines and liquidity sweep. Probably one of the most broken strategies you can ask for. But the moment those trendline liquidity sweeps don't work out, and let's say you try to take a trendline breakout and it's actually a false break, I would hold on to that trade and like, oh, it's gonna come back, and then the trend line tries to test it again, and then I'm like, all right, cool, let's see if it works this time, and then I'd get clapped, and then I'd lose a lot of money. So pretty much, if you can, have decent risk management and not full port essentially, trading psychology isn't really real. I tweaked the equilibrium block strat. I would be long at 19,000 or 951 on the 5 minute time frame, no recess of the equilibrium block, or I enter on the formation of the fair value gap. That's smart. Yeah, I do need to get better in kind of not chasing these trades, but like, okay, cool. Once I seen the change state delivery like we got here on the 5 minute right here, it's like, okay, cool. What fair value gap are we going to enter? Or even with the volume balance. Notice how we tap back into the volume balance and paired with hourly open. But then even then, look at the 2 minute. Notice how the 2 minute gave you the retest of this equilibrium block, and now we're seeing expansion back up to where we're likely coming to this 20-minute order block. But I definitely need to get better on kind of just entering some of these trade setups because I'm well aware like 9:30 out the gate. A lot of times it's like, okay, cool. I see where we're going based on a drawn liquidity, but I don't actually get an entry because it's like we're not pulling back to an equilibrium block, or equilibrium blocks aren't even forming necessarily. I remember those one day last week. It was one of these days that we just started like ripping to the moon 9:30 out the gate. And I literally just sat there and sat there and sat there and waited and took the downside. Wasn't this day? This day? No, it wasn't this day. Yeah, it was this day. Back on September 5th. And I do have to pretty much figure out a way that how can I start maximizing on these trade setups when we know where the market's headed? Because it was like a very clear drawn liquidity right here that we had. But 9:30 out the gate, we just started ripping. Yeah, it was this day. I remember this day. And then somebody, I think somebody entered off of like this equilibrium block back here or something. But even then, really no fair value gaps got retested until I think it was like one of these. I think it formed like an IFEG or something. Yeah, it was like this fair value gap, and that was it. Yep. Oh, the volume balance are broken. Like I said, 5 minute. Pretty much what I like to do is if let's say we have a 5 minute equilibrium block, and there's also a volume imbalance with the 5 minute equilibrium block, but maybe the volume balance you can only see it on the 1 minute time frame. Instead of putting my entry at the 5 minute equilibrium block, I'm going to put my entry at the 1 minute volume imbalance because very likely it's going to get tested. And then at that point, you have a 10 times better entry opposed to your opposed to just entering off the 5 minute equilibrium block. There was actually a setup like that yesterday. What time was it yesterday? 19th, the 19th. It was definitely to the downside here. Was it this volume balance? What's this range? Where did this come from? Uh, one of these ranges might have been on the 5 minute. Right here. Yep, right here. All right, so notice how you pretty much had that 5 minute order block here. So you have the 5 minute order block, and then you also have this 2 minute volume imbalance. So obviously, if price never closes below this 2 minute volume imbalance, by putting your entry here opposed to putting it at the top, you have a much better entry to where what this wick down. You dealt with like a 10 point stop loss, less than that, 9 point stop loss. And then even then, once you notice price respects this volume imbalance, literally you can put a hard stop at the bottom of this wick. Because very, very likely, if price does come back to that bottom wick, then yeah, we're getting to push down right then and there. But as long as price holds up above this wick, you're gonna see more upside. And then we also had that -2 standard deviation the entire time. Where was this futures trade? Futures trade from this morning. We got stopped out at 9:30. 1,000. Long to 20,000, 20,200. Or 20,001. We just got the 5 minute change of state delivery here. However, I am done for the day. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys later. You guys have a blessed weekend here. You are very welcome, madam. Yes, sir. Monday we'll likely be live in the community. Actually, Monday. Monday, I do have I got jury duty on Monday. So if I go live, I know I gotta end live pretty early. And hopefully I don't get picked. I'm not gonna lie. Don't really want to do jury duty. Alrighty, I'll see you guys.